it's still lingering throughout portions of the West Coast, and as well as the Mid-Atlantic. Now, what about for Friday night? Friday night, there's going to be a lot of moisture. It's heavily concentrated throughout much of the south, though, but moves slowly towards the north, towards Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Annapolis. But yet, you have cold and dry air moving into western Texas. Dry air penetrates through parts of the Ohio Valley, but to the north, though, and moisture slowly creeps up throughout the coastal parts of the Northeast from all the way up until Boston. And just a tiny bit of moisture is still ongoing throughout the West Coast. Now let's take a look in terms of Cape. I don't know why I put 3D in the first place. Okay, there we go. Okay. So, where's the Cape? Where's all that convection? All that convection is located in Texas and in the lower part of the Mississippi, and as well as parts of the desert Southwest and South Florida. Though tiny bits of which are scattered all across the country, as you can see. But we're only talking about those in Arizona and Texas. A lot of convection throughout much of the South, but just most notably in the lower part of the Mississippi, Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, and just a tiny bit of convection still left over throughout the desert Southwest, like Arizona and New Mexico, and just a little bit in parts of South Florida as well. But plenty of convection that's near zero, but still there, scattered all across the rest of the country, but yet they're still without convection, though. Let's go to Thursday morning, but by Thursday morning, we do have convection throughout Texas, Arkansas, Oklahoma, and in the Florida Keys. Still a tiny bit still left over in the desert Southwest, and just a little bit that's going to happen throughout portions of Northern California, Oregon, and as well as the Northern Plains, the Appalachian Mountains, the Ohio Valley. Let's take a look for Thursday night. By Thursday night, there's going to be a lot of convection all across much of the South except for the Southeast. There's a little bit in the Florida Keys, and as well as portions of the California coast, and as well as New Mexico. But just tiny bits are located throughout portions of the Pacific Northwest, the Great Basin, Great Lakes, Central Plains, but not significant though. For Friday morning, there's a lot of convection throughout there's still some convection that's still there in places like Texas, Oklahoma. Elsewhere throughout the country, well, there's just a tiny bit of convection throughout much of the west, southern half of the Great Plains, Great Lakes region, and portions of the southeast. Finally, we have convection from southwestern Missouri all the way to southern Texas. There's plenty of marginal amounts of convection, a slight amount of convection along the east coast, portions of the southwest, excluding most of the desert southwest, and portions of the Pacific Northwest on the interior side, eastern Cascade, east of the Cascades, Bitterroot Mountains of Idaho, and North Dakota and northeastern Montana, and as well as parts of the Great Lakes region. Alright, now let me go here where we talk about snowfall, but we're going to get to that in just a moment. And right now, I want to go back to windy.com so that we can discuss what's going to happen in the next 3 days in terms of precipitation. Hold on a minute, folks. I'm hearing background music. All right, I'm back. Okay, let's start here right now. Okay. We're going to work our way into the overnight hours and into tomorrow morning where we do see... Oh, hold on. Oh, hold on a minute. All right, I'm back. Okay. Anyway, let's just move on. And in the Northeast, we do expect that there will be plenty of showers from southern Connecticut all the way to the Delmarva Peninsula in south central Pennsylvania, and as well as West Virginia and southwestern Virginia. There are also mountain snow and freezing rain or sleet, or even rain that's going to get mixed in with some snow. That plus central Connecticut. Going down south, there's plenty of showers and some storms to deal with from western North Carolina to northern Mississippi, southern Kentucky, and as well as the Dakotas. A few places in the northern tip of Minnesota could deal with some freezing rain or sleet. And there's plenty of wintry weather throughout the central part of Idaho and western Montana. And it's mostly rainfall in the eastern side of Oregon, and as well as much of the desert southwest. But on the mountainside, there could be some snow or rain mixed in with snow, plus northern New Mexico. But parts of the Great Basin might deal with some snow or freezing rain, or even valley rains as well. And some valley rains, mount snow in Death Valley. Now let me work my way into the afternoon hours of tomorrow, and then we let it play out. And then by 7 p.m., which is 24 hours from now, there will be all that precipitation in the Northeast will move away. But yet there's still lingering showers in places like the Jersey Shore all the way to Delaware, and just a tiny bit in the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee, and as well as northeastern Mississippi, northwestern Alabama. Some showers and thunderstorms in Texas, in some parts of Texas, southern Oklahoma, parts of Arkansas, and as well as northern Minnesota, but with the chance of freezing rain or sleet or snow. There's going to be plenty of mountain snow and valley rains throughout the desert southwest, the Great Basin, northern Rockies, as well as California. While on the coastal side, plenty of rains, especially in the Bay Area, San Francisco. Then all the way to the overnight hours, we do see precipitation coming from the west, and it's going to affect places like the Pacific Northwest with some coastal valley rains, mountain snow. Plenty of snow to pile up throughout the Cascades, all the way down to the Sierra Nevadas. And there's also more of the precipitation in the form of rain in most of the desert southwest, but some mountain snow, rain mixed in with snow, high up in elevation, and that goes with folks in the Great Basin. Mountains are going to pile up in the Rockies and much of western Colorado and parts of Utah. But what about the rains for folks in Texas all the way to Missouri? There is going to be plenty of that, folks. Some storms could get mixed in, as well as more rains high up in Minnesota, Wisconsin, and northern Michigan. Maybe a chance of snow that could get mixed in, and some showers in parts of the Mid-Atlantic. Going into the afternoon hours of Thursday, going into the early evening hours of Thursday, we do expect that there will be some rain and thunderstorms throughout places like Texas, Kansas, all the way towards the mid-Mississippi Valley, Tennessee, Kentucky, and the lower Ohio Valley. There will be plenty of rains throughout much of Michigan, places like Sault Ste. Marie. And there's going to be plenty of valley rains, mountain snow from places like New Mexico, Colorado, Utah, and Arizona, as well as folks in Nevada and California. On the coastal side, there will be rains, though. Going into the overnight hours and into Friday morning, we do see that all that precipitation, all that weather starts moving eastward. But, however, folks in the northeast, there will be rains, of course. And some places in the Adirondacks and near Lake Champlain, there will be some snow. In the lower to mid-Mississippi Valley and the Ohio Valley, there will be some rains, maybe a few chances of thunderstorms, as well as folks in Kansas, Oklahoma, Nebraska, eastern Colorado, southeastern Wyoming, and as well as southeast in southern California as well. There also could be some mountain snow, too, in the Sierra Nevadas. Maybe chances of freezing rain could get involved. And even folks in parts of the Great Basin in western Arizona and parts of the eastern Great Basin and the western Rockies in Colorado. Finally, by Friday night, we do see all that weather moving east, but still plenty of wet weather throughout places like Southern California with rains, but some snow in the Sierra Nevadas too. Few snow showers in places like Utah, Colorado, and Wyoming. Otherwise, it's just going to be valley rains though. But it's nothing too widespread though. Western Arizona is going to get a lot of rain, as well as folks in the Central Plains, parts of the Gulf Coast, like coastal Texas, lower Mississippi, plus Alabama, Georgia, and also the Ohio Valley and the mid-Mississippi Valley to the mid-Atlantic, and as well as folks in the interior parts of the Northeast, we get some rain, but in northern Maine, you can get some wet snow, rain mixed in with snow, freezing rains possible in the Adirondacks. Now, let me play this radar for y'all one more time. Thunderstorms. Where are the thunderstorms? Okay, so right now we're dealing with some thunderstorms throughout the mid-Mississippi Valley to the Ohio Valley, and some in southern Arizona. Let me play for this nonstop. So, thunderstorms. They're moving slightly to the south in Kentucky and Tennessee, and they're starting to fade by tomorrow morning. And a little bit in eastern New Mexico, northern Texas, but then they'll grow into the afternoon and early evening hours in Texas and Oklahoma. And it's still there, and it's going to move up north, spread out throughout the southern plains, Ozarks, and the lower to mid-Mississippi Valley into Thursday morning and into Thursday afternoon as well. Still there, and it's going to be one major problem for folks in the southern plains in Texas and the lower Mississippi Valley. Going into Friday morning, all that will be limited to those in the lower Mississippi Valley, southern Texas, but then moves eastward towards Mississippi, Alabama, and parts of Florida too. All right, now, last but not least, let's go here. It is 7 p.m. We're going to get to Minecraft in just about less than 5 minutes. Right now, I want to talk about snowfall accumulation in the next 3 days. We've done the one for 24 hours, but now this is the one with 3 days. Up to an inch of snow, or up to an inch or two of snow in northern Maine all the way to northern Vermont, and as well as up to 6 inches of snow in central PA, Pennsylvania, and as well as southern and central Wisconsin, up to 2 inches of snow in the central part of lower Michigan. A lot of snow piling up east of Denver, up to a foot of snow. Down south and west, up to a foot of snow as well, all the way down to